Let's pretend that you need to hire another person for your team. What do you look for? Do you look for the person who is the smartest, that's already present, who's been working really, really hard on a project and who you know can do the job? Do you hire someone from outside because they have an outside perspective that they're bringing in, and you actually need that to really take your organization to the next level or take your team to the next level? Do you look at the job specs and you say, you know what, this is what we actually need right now today? This is what's critical for us to be able to move forward. Do you look for a particular person who has a certain level of expertise, or do you look for someone who has a certain background? Maybe they came from another company or they have a certain level of education. I want you to get very intentional about selective hiring. Here's the thing. We can hire for fit. We can hire for culture. We can hire for what we're missing from our team when we look at the DISC personality profile. We can look at who we actually need, who is diverse, and maybe perhaps we need a female, or we need a male, we need a Black or an Asian, or whatever the case is. We can look at all of those things. But what I want you to do is I want you to look at your team, and I want you to ensure that the people who you have on your team are all high, actually deserve to be in your team. They deserve to be in that particular position. I want you to look and see where you are today, where your organization is actually going in next year, in the next 5 years, and see who can help take us there. And then I want you to go back and I want you to write your job description. See, it's critical that you assess properly who you already have and who you actually need to take you where you want to go. Without that, you'll just settle for someone, or you'll keep people on your team instead of upgrading your team. What I absolutely love about professional sports teams is that they are critical. They are a master at cutting and bringing on top performers. If you're doing well yesterday, you're not doing well today, you know you can be out of there. And that's the thing. We don't really want to treat people as mass cattle, right? That we can move in and out and they're indispensable. But I want you to think about this. You have a business to run. And for you to run your business effectively, you need the best and the brightest that you can actually pay for, and who are passionate about the work that they're doing. And if you have other people who that you're surrounding them with who are equally as passionate, just as passionate, and the best at what they're doing, then you're going to have this energy, right? That's going to be able to come together and create something so much bigger than you actually anticipated. That doesn't happen when you have people on your team who don't really deserve to be there, when you are settling for people who are okay, when you're looking at people out of loyalty instead of who is the best, who can actually get us where we actually need to go. And when you yourself are not a leader that others want to follow. So I want you to begin to think about your team in a new and different, refreshing and exciting way, and get your existing team members to understand that you are continuously assessing performance. You're continuously determining who can take us forward. And that way they can always know they need to bring their A game each and every day. They don't really get a day off. And that's essential. Now, that's not saying that you manage them in a way that, oh my gosh, you didn't do good today, and so you're out of here tomorrow. We're not doing that. But we're going to talk about this a little bit later. So again, selective hiring. Selective hiring is going to be your tool. It's going to be your resource to help you to achieve all of the goals that you set. And if you're interested in leading the market, this is going to be the thing that you've got to become an expert on. I'm Dr. Sherilyn Payne, your leadership and culture expert. I'm here to help you maximize potential, performance, and profitability. We do this every single Monday as we maximize our Mondays. And I will be here next week with another leadership tip that you can actually use to transform your team. Now, if you want to know more about what we talked about today, selective hiring, I have something special for you. I want you to meet me back here on Thursday at 12 noon, and we're going to talk about this in much more detail. We're going to dispel some myths. We're going to talk about what you can do. We're going to talk about your blueprint and your game plan to move you and your team forward. And I'm going to share some resources that you can actually use to assess performance. See you guys back here next week.